याच्यावरती लाईव्ह आपण यूट्यूबवरती सक्सेसफुली एक्सलंट कनेक्शन. येस, हे बघा असं दिसतं ते एक्सलंट कनेक्शन. यूट्यूबवरती लाईव्ह तुमच्याकडे जी लिंक दिलेली ती ओपन करून.
राणी माझं ना बिलकुल नाही.
मॅडम तुम्ही राणी नका म्हणून भीती वाटते. तुम्हाला राग आला की तुम्ही राणी म्हणता.
असं नाही, तू तो भ्रम केलेला. काय झालं?
ते आपलं जात आहे.
रेकॉर्डिंग चालू झालं का? असं नको, बंद कर. सर सुरू. A very good afternoon to one and all. Dr. Mukti Zadav, welcome you all. Before starting the session, I would like to pay my homage to great Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Dr. Punjab Rao alias Bhausaheb Deshmukh, and Dalit Mitra, the galaxy of intellectual, Your Excellency, invited delegates, teachers, and my dear friends. Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. It is on occasion like this we get opportunity to test our knowledge and understanding about innovations. We look forward to get an exposure about what the best of the brains think about this very dynamic issue of this prestigious workshop. For today's program, we have with us eminent speaker and resource person, Dr. Sagar Zamborkar sir, from Civilian Gazetteer Officer Group A, National Defence Academy, Khadakwasla, Pune. President of the function, Honorable Professor O.S. Deshmukh sir. Principal, Shri Shivaji Science and Arts College, Chikhli, District, Buldana. Inaugural guest, Honorable Professor V.U. Kochi ma'am, IQSC Coordinator, Shri Shivaji Science and Arts College, Chikhli, District, Buldana. It's my first and foremost duty on behalf of the head of the department and convener and organizing committee. We welcome all the dignitaries, scholar students, and you all in National Workshop on Cyber Security, organized by Department of Computer Science, Shri Shivaji Science and Arts College, Chikhli, District, Buldana. This workshop is organized to focus the attention towards cyber security and to make awareness to society about cyber security. The workshop will help for further research interest for advances in computer science and IT among researchers in this arena. We explore the novel concepts and ideas in the field of cyber security. I request to Professor V.U. Kochi ma'am to please come forward to welcome an inaugural address. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Vanita Pucci, IQSC Coordinator, Shri Shivaji Science and Arts College, Chikhli. Today, our college organizes national level workshop on cyber security. The chairperson of today's workshop, our principal, Dr. Umraj Deshmukh sir. Resource person, Honorable Dr. Sagar Zamborkar sir, Assistant Professor, National Defence Academy, Pune. The organizing committee, Dr. A.B. Kadam, Head of the Department of Computer Science, Dr. Mukti Zadav Madam, Assistant Professor, in computer science, Dr. Sonali Gaikwad Madam, Assistant Professor in Computer Department, and all those participants who join this workshop, I welcome from behalf of our college. On the occasion of National Science Day, this workshop, national level workshop, it is organized on cyber security. The workshop is organized by the Department of Computer Science. Organized by this department, and here our college re-accredited by NAC with B++ grade. Computer department has UG, PG and PhD courses in that department. Last year also they organized the workshop on the cyber security. To make awareness in the people, the workshop it is organized. Cyber security is the application of technologies. You know that security is when come, that is for this technology. Processes and controls to protect system, networks, program, devices and data from cyber attacks. So today the aim of organizing this workshop is to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and protect against the unauthorized exploitation of system, networks and technologies. Our resource person, naturally they guides us to all these participants about this cybersecurity. I again welcome all of you in this workshop. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your uncompromising commitment to excellence. Now, I would like to request to President of Workshop, our Principal, Professor O.S. Deshmukh sir, to present their views on workshop. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam. A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to all the participants who joined this online webinar on the science cyber security. Myself, Dr. Umraz S. Deshmukh, the principal of Shri Shivaji Science and Arts College, Chikhli, District, Buldana. Welcome you all in a national workshop on cyber security is organized by Department of Computer Science of our college. Cyber security. When you are aware of the risks, it may be much easier to protect yourself from hackers, viruses, and malpractices. Network protection is no longer an optional extra. Cyber security does not involve just business and government. Your computer, tablet, and cell phones probably contains information that hackers and criminals would love to have. Cyber attack is now an international concern as a high profile breaches have given many concern that hacks and other security attacks could dangerous the global economy. The benefits of implementing and maintaining cyber security practices include business protection against cyber attacks and data breaches, protection for data and the networks, prevention of unauthorized user access, protection for end users and endpoint devices, business continuity, improved confidence in the company reputation, and trust for developers, partners, customers, stakeholders, and employees. I warmly welcome to the resource person, Dr. Sagar S. Zamborkar sir, Assistant Professor, Principal of this institute.
Thank you, sir.
And congratulate to the Department of the Computer Science for organizing such a type of the recent topic on the cyber security for the workshop. I again welcome to all the participants who joined this virtual online webinar, and my best wishes to this workshop for the success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your outstanding leadership at the helm of remarkable organization is deserving for special praise. Thank you again. Talk of the resource person will be highly beneficial for researcher, faculty, and students. This workshop will be right arena to present and discussion the latest advances and technical solution in aforementioned domain with the theme of cyber security. I kindly request to our head of the department and convener of workshop, Dr. Avinash Kadam sir, to please forward to explain the theme of workshop. Kadam sir, please.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Here, I, Dr. A.B. Kadam, convener of this workshop from the Department of Computer Science of this college. I would like to welcome to the all honorable dignitaries, faculty members, organizing team, and dear participants from the various regions throughout the India for the national workshop on cyber security. I am really very happy to start my day with all of you. As you all know, we all are gathered here to participate in the knowledgeable weather of the national workshop on cyber security. This workshop has been arranged for gaining a wider range of knowledge about cyber security. The theme of this workshop is because of the relevance and importance of cyber security. Before introducing the workshop, I would like to share the very good responses of our workshop received from various parts of India. We received near about 700 and plus registrations from various states of India. Nowadays, cybercrime and cyber attacks are get increased to make awareness in society about cybercrime and cyber security. So we have organized this workshop. Now my good wishes to all participants today present here for this cybercrime or cyber security workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's a great honor, and we rarely get this opportunity. Listening to such a accomplished and multi-talented personality and technical experts have indeed been rewarding experience for us. We are having such a remarkable personality as our resource person that is Dr. Sagar Zambudkar sir. I am giving his brief introduction. Sir is working as Assistant Professor at Civilian Gazetteer Officer Group A, National Defence Academy, Khadakwasla, Pune. His selection through UPSC for Ministry of Defence, Government of India. He has completed his PhD from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University. He is certified digital evidence specialist. He has 15 plus years of teaching and research experience. 5 students awarded PhD under his able guidance. He has published 60 plus research papers, 2 books, 3 chapters in 3 different books. His area of interest is image professional, biometric, computer network, cyber security, cyber law, and digital evidence. Now, I kindly request to Dr. Sagar Zambudkar sir to please start the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Before I start my session, I would like to say or convey my thanks to organizing committee, Principal Dr. Deshmukh sir, organizing secretary Mukti ma'am, my dear friend, convener of the conference, Dr. Avinash Kadam, and the team which is behind the curtain doing a lot or taking a lot of efforts to organize such events. So first of all, I would like to say thanks and congratulate to the team that they are rigorously, we can say, organizing various events. And as from Dr. Avinash, I'm coming or knowing this thing, every update about various conferences, various workshops and the activities going on. And I really feel very proud and honored to be a part of this event. The reason is very special that my native is Chikhli itself. My origin, my core is Chikhli. And this is something kind of home comeback feeling for me. So thanks a lot for that. Students and my dear colleagues, friends, why we have selected cyber security? As we all are aware about the various issues we are facing right now during the pandemic, we have faced a lot. And it is very pertinent to mention here that during this pandemic period, when I have gone through few literatures and some issues related to cyber security, I came to know, or we can say my observation stuck up somewhere, that majority events, majority happenings are there, that too particular in India. And these events, these activities, these hackings were very planned, organized issues during this pandemic. And very surprised to understand or just to make you aware about this, that we have started with the lockdown, actual lockdown in India, that too from 21st March 2020. But if you go through some literature, you can realize and understand that 21 March was the date of lockdown, government declared lockdown, but the actually happenings, the actual things were scheduled by activists that was already started during or after 10th March. During 14th March to 21st March or 18th March particularly, almost 3600 websites get registered, and out of these 2200 were suspicious, malicious websites. And this was the phishing plan of the hackers, the trap was planned and organized in such a way that many of the people from the world get trapped into that. So I think why this has been happened, and we have to go for a root cause of this. As definitely I am working in digital evidences, I am certified professional for collecting digital evidences from crime scenes. So I think I have to see in that way also, or we have to just look into that matter. See what is the root cause of such activities. The root cause is a very unfortunate thing for the world was during this pandemic, without any knowledge, without any preparation. We just have shifted from offline to online mode. Maybe it is for education, maybe it is for job, maybe it is for any purpose, business, kind of. So there are multiple platforms. They have shifted very sudden from offline to online, and many of us, the people from society, were not allowed, or we can say aware about the security part, what is net, what is computer, kind of things. Parents are not even aware about the technology, digital gadgets. And with this unaware environment, they just started their routine life during this pandemic. And this was, I think, the root cause of many incidents across the world. So the main line, the main track, the main theme of the cyber is nothing but our net, internet. So just I'll start my presentation for you all. I think definitely you will enjoy this presentation. And is it visible and am I audible to you all? Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So cyber security is what exactly? It is just a very simple single line definition we can say. There is a cyberspace which is nothing but a web of web where multiple networks are interconnected, and this interconnected network about which we are talking, securing this global network, securing this web of web is cyber security. There are multiple ways to secure this web world or cyberspace, but it is not something that we can shell the system and keep our nuts safe. This is not possible. What is inside this nutshell? That is information. That is something which is very personal of individual. That is very particular about the individual. That is the information, which is a nutshell. And we are protecting this information by and large as a part of cyber security. Then whatever ways are there, that are just methods and procedures through which we can keep protection for the information. But cyber security is just securing this cyberspace. The root cause, or we can say, first of all, we will just go through these cyber threats. This is a tentative prediction by Cybersecurity Ventures, and according to their prediction, they predicted in 2021 that annual damage, cyber crime damage cost for the world was $6 trillion USD in a year. And during this pandemic, I think it was little bit increased. And when we go for a second, every minute, second wise damage cost due to this cyber crime, we can understand how much we are paying for such kind of thing. And that is not a least amount. That is almost $190,000 per second is the damage cost due to this cyber crime. Global cyber crime, how it is affected my GDP, my country, my individual state, my individual city, my individual family, my individual organization, and myself. By this way, we are a little bit lenient, lethargic to take preventive measures for cyber security. And friends, for coming 4 years, 5 years, it means for your future, there is a good, huge scope to get job opportunities, placement opportunities in a subject like cybersecurity. There are very few available expertise in cybersecurity, cyber law, and many we require right now. So I think this is best platform to think about your future perspective and best research domain for the researcher whosoever working or having interest to work in this field. As Mukti madam rightly mentioned, that this is the age, this is the subject from where we can dig out, we can mine lot many topics and research areas as far as cyber security concerned. So friends, the cause or requirement of cyber security come up from where? It come up from this particular root of the cyber security, and that is network of network. If we see, it is very countable nodes we can see before 90s or during 90s of internet. A very few networks were available globally, and if we compare this global network with today's internet, then it is just unimaginable network connectivity which is available worldwide. Availability of net and usability of net, these are the two different factors. Availability of net is always a digital growth or development of that particular one country or state, but usability of the net in a very vital manner, in a very ethical manner, that is a minimum requirement to keep our system safe. That is essential requirement to keep our system safe. And here I think we are a little bit on back foot. The forecast says, Cisco presented their forecast for 2021. According to this forecast, the IP traffic were increased from 2016 to 21, and now it is almost 5 GB and 829 million. If you remember, in particular, I think those computer savvy people, they can understand and even they can recall this thing what I am saying. During or end of 2017, we have shifted from IPv4 to IPv6. And why it was required, why it was our need to shift over IPv6? Because we required 2 raised to power 128 IP addresses. And that is the requirement which was predicted by Cisco here for 2021. And that is related to your IP traffic. Many of us are using internet, and that is the reason we are the second largest in the world next to China as an IT user, internet user. If you see the comparative analysis, maybe on gender base, maybe on rural or urban area, we can easily summarize that it is almost 40-60 or equal utilization of internet everywhere. When we say equal utilization, maybe gender base or area, city, town, village level, we have to focus on the part which is mentioned or focused as a part of age distribution, that almost age group from 16 to 29, more than 50% contribution is given or taken by this age group for use of internet. If you remember, or I think faculty members can easily recall a decade, 2 decade back story, that every or very few houses used to have a single landline phone at home, and otherwise we used to use the STD PCO call center. By putting 1 rupee coin, we used to talk for 3 minutes. Now the scenario is different. Head count wise, we have mobile phones at home. That is very minimum head count wise. Otherwise, addition to that, we have laptop, we have desktop, we have iPods, we have some gadgets through which we can access net. But minimum we do have head count equal mobile phones at home with internet enabled services, and rest various gadgets like maybe Fitband, maybe iPod, maybe any digital gadget which is available with a net connectivity. And the age group which is using this is 16 to 29. In this age group, few are curious about the technology, few are serious about the technology, few are researcher in the technology, and few are very restrictive, maybe hackers, maybe hacktivists about the technology. So why we are deliberately putting in detail about such internet user? The root cause of requirement of cybersecurity is use of internet. So every minute, every time, we have to think very seriously, as and when I'm on net, how secure, how safe, and how ethically I'm using the net. By this workshop, I definitely want to take opportunity to mention one very essential point to all my dear students, because you have future in front of you. Dear friends, whatever you are performing, whatever you are doing on net, by using any digital net enabled device, everything is under supervised and monitored by various government, private agencies. Whatever you have performed on your device, one can take out the information for last 30 days with open source softwares. With license copies, you can get information about 90 days, and not only information, it will give you the detail, even what time you have plugged in, what time you have power off, power in, hibernation mode, sleeping mode of your device. So every in and out log report get generated with this technology, and you can't hide even a single minute which you have spent on your digital device. According to government new guideline, now government forces and directed all service provider that they should keep all information on server minimum for 3 years. It means by and large, by any mistake, by intention, by unfortunate behavior, by curiosity, if I attempt something on net, definitely it will be there for next 3 years. So dear student, this is, I think, the statement which I am quoting here is alarming situation for you, that as and when you are on net, you should be conscious. Whatever you are doing on phone is recorded somewhere as a part of server system. So be conscious while performing any activity which is specifically on internet. Then how use of internet can affect us? The use of internet is not restricted for a certain subject, for a certain issue, for a certain requirement. Nowadays, we are using internet for even such kind of webinars, various conferences, programs, activities, education, business, live conferences, and many more. So how it will affect? As far as internet concerned, it is just connectivity between two PCs. It is just connectivity between two digital devices. And with this connectivity, we can share, we can transfer, we can retrieve, we can get information, or we can say just we are in touch with other PCs, other devices. This is the role of internet connection. But internet can't give only that thing. When there are good developing digital platforms, that time definitely they are come up with some secure modes, or they require some security to keep the system a very active, efficient and throughput oriented. Same thing, internet can affect you in various manners, as we are a very close part of social engineering. I think almost whosoever are available on this forum are having WhatsApp, maximum are having Facebook, some are on Twitter, some are using Instagram, some are writing blogs. It means what? It means we are some or other way a part of internet. We are doing a lot. So we are generating a data. We are just spreading a data. A message which I send by morning to some of my friend, definitely by the evening I'll get the same message back to my box. The reason is, world is not very small, but it is small when you are on net. We are just forwarding the things. We are just promulgating the things. We are just very keen to keep other people aware about what you have with your system, what you have at your own individual life. Particularly this year it is a little bit less, but from last 2 years during pandemic, majority people, very specific ladies, my dear ladies colleagues or friends, don't take it very personal, but it is in general in general statement from me, that maximum ladies have accepted various challenges and upload on site. Their DP, their status were very updated by accepting various challenges. They have accepted a lot of challenges like friend challenge, couple challenge, kids challenge, old friend challenge, kind of things. And they have uploaded various images as a part of maybe status, as a part of maybe their DP. Can you just think for a while who has started this concept of challenge? Who asked you to upload such kind of images? Where these images get stored? Who is getting the information of your challenges? Who is considering, who is understanding this process of challenge? Just think on it. This is a very serious point. There are the apps on which some ladies or female photographs are available, and they are available to sale. This is a big scam which is in front of us. Are we really very casual about personal information? If you see, what not we are sending on net, what not we are sharing on WhatsApp. If someone plan to visit a hotel for a family dinner, then we are more interested to take a pic of that dinner table and place as a part of my status. They are more interested in that as compared to the food or family members who are sitting in front of them and food is available on their table. We are very eager to upload that kind of photographs. Is it really very casual thing that we are sharing our personal life in general environment? And this sharing personal on net will definitely affect our personal life, and that is, it is affecting. Dear friends, it is very essential to mention here that during pandemic, whatever happened, whatever attacks get performed worldwide, more than 50% attack were performed by internal actors. Internal actor means a person from the same group, person from the same meeting room, person from the particular that particular group. So they have performed various type of attack, and that to more than 50% attack. This is not something we can consider very casual. Then we have to just bifurcate, we have to just generalize ourselves in which category we are as an internet user. And I think this is very self-explanatory thing that I have to express, I have to say honestly where I am in this category. Then why internet was required? Why internet was started? It was started with the motive of collaborative, cooperative and free research environment where one can share idea with their colleagues, friends or their professional groups. The main goal behind internet is to share information, whatever you have which is very essential for others. You can share, you can just get aware to your society. It is definitely the freedom of information is important as far as your net concerned. But how we are utilizing that freedom of information? We are just forwarding the information and we are having privilege to share or privilege to have freedom of just sharing this kind of things in the general social networks. Here we are lacking behind for the next part, that is respect for privacy. We are not keeping others' privacy, but we are not even serious about our own privacy. Dear friends, definitely even right you can find that your Gmail is not signed out, your Yahoo Mail is not signed out, it is sign in. We used to keep it sign in on mobile phone and laptops, but keeping your system sign in may create a very big issue for you. It is recording every moment of yours. It is keeping track of every plus and minus, forward and backward movement of yours. And this is very serious thing. Just try to understand what exactly we are doing. Is it really required to keep your mail account sign in 24/7? Are you really having such kind of mail in your inbox? I don't think so. So think once again whether we require it or not. This is the platform which was developed, named as internet, for betterment of the overall society with the help of some developers and academicians. Academicians who aware and teach the environment and society, and the developer who are the implementer, who can implement the ideas digitally to make easy for various tasks and which will be helpful for our society. So by that way, this all internet use was expected. But exactly what we are doing, that is the question for individual, not for general audience. As we discuss cyberspace as a global domain with the information of environment consisting the interdependent network of information technology, infrastructure, including internet, telecommunication network, computer system, embedded processors and controllers. Many things, the digital parts are available with this cyberspace. You can just imagine that one who is having pacemaker in his heart, which is controlled by a remote from outside for controlling his heartbeat, is a GPS based system. That means one can track the person with the help of that pacemaker by using GPS. This is the technology which we are having right now. Then the cyberspace is just a connected internet ecosystem, but the trends which are going on, the usability of the internet which is going on, it really exposing critical infrastructure and increasing day by day risk. The way we are utilizing these resources are very threatening, very serious and offensive day to day. And with this, we can see the cyber intrusions and attacks have increased dramatically over this decade, and that too very particular within this last 2 years. exposing sensitive personal business information, disrupting critical operations, and imposing high cost on economy. As we have seen example that one family, one landline was there. Nowadays, one member, one mobile phone is there with internet, mobile data. So we are just imposing a lot of cost on it, but we are engaging ourselves in this technology. Earlier, the food, cloth, and shelter was minimum required. Nowadays, out of these three things, something or one of the thing may not be there, but mobile is essential. We are not accepting the life without mobile with internet connection. That is very underlying word. So friends, when we say exposing sensitive and personal business information, that time we just have to look into our routine, our behavior, where we are compromising our individual personal information. We are compromising it in particular the area like Chikhli, Buldana, Khamgaon, or that belt particular, or in small areas of metro cities, or particular we can say the area like Khadakwasla in Pune, or Uttam Nagar in Pune, Bagholi, some which is on highway area. You can see many petrol pumps, many malls, they come up with various lucky draws. When you enter their premises, they used to offer you a card and ask you to write some information like your name, mobile number, mail ID, and ask to drop that information in a drop box. And they do have lucky draw on coming few days. If your name is there, you'll get 2 liter petrol or a tour for 2 nights, 3 days at Goa. Such kind of offers are there. Really, are you visiting the same petrol pump every Sunday, every particular day? Maybe. But have you won any such kind of lucky draw ever? Okay. If you would have won that lucky draw, then you definitely got 2 liter petrol. How much cost you can have for 2 liter petrol? But my dear friend, you have compromised with your personal information which is very specific for you. One can utilize that information. One can just use that information for other purpose. And for that, a liter petrol or just a dream of 2 nights, 3 days at Goa, we have compromised that. And we are not a single person compromising this thing. Many within that week, within that day, are coming and performing the same task. So by this way, we ourselves are compromising sensitive data, the personal information of ours, and contributing, or we can say just compromising with the other people. So this is a big threat in front of us. This is a big threat for us. So there are two parts. When we start with cyber security, the one part of cyber security is cyber threat, and second part of cyber security is cyber attack. Threat comes before attack. If I know I'm using this system, I'm utilizing these resources, I can predict which are the threats for my system. And there are very common threats for cyber: interruption, interception, modification, and fabrication. These are the 4 basic threats which are with cyber security. But if you are not serious about cyber threats, then one can face cyber attack. It means this is a process. The cyber threat is pre-attack and cyber attack is post-threat. If you are in between that threat and attack, then it's your responsibility to protect your system. It should be preventive measures has been taken by individual to protect the system from various threats. So automatically you are safe from various cyber attacks. And the cyber attack is in other way, we used to say it is a cyber crime. The person who is attempting that attack is a cyber criminal. That is a hacktivist. The person who is hacking is a hacktivist. The performing the crime on net is cyber crime. He is a cyber criminal. So some and other way, we are the responsible for various type of attacks. And before think, or we can say go for any cyber attack, we should think about the threats which are possible for our system and keep preventing our system from various threats. These are the types of cyber attack: by passwords, by various applications, by mail. Nowadays Bitcoin is there, the digital currency which is coming up. So various ways are there, various types are there of cyber crime, and we people are the victim for that. There are cyber challenges, cyber security challenges, which are core domain of research as well as informative for us. So cyberspace has inherent vulnerable that cannot be removed, and that is ground reality. That is very essential to understand, that we have to think on very important issue of hardware and software. Nowadays we are able to, or even from long back, we are able to develop our own customized software in India, and even we are providing software assistance to many countries in the world. But have you think about the hardware which is available as a part of digital gadgets or requirement of digital gadgets? Just think for a while. Are we producing hard disk in India? Do we produce RAM here in India? Or any other device which is main core part of my system? Friends, we are purchasing all the hardware with respective cyber from other countries. Is there any methodology to check vulnerability of the hardware which we are purchasing? Just think over it. If someone is providing me some hardware, can anyone guarantee that that hardware is without vulnerability? I don't think so. They may come up with some vulnerable issues, some lacuna in their software and hardware issues, and by which they can easily just hack my PC or attack on my PC. They can get my information. So we have to think about the self-independent production of the various hardwares here in India to reduce this inherent vulnerability, and that too with hardwares. Then many entry points to internet. When we are connect on net, 65,000 plus virtual ports get enabled. Just underline the number 65,535. These many virtual ports are available, and these many virtual ports get open, enabled for others, and because of which or due to which one can enter in your PC to get your information. So it means what? It means your PC is vulnerable when you are on net. You are on net. So 65,535, this is the approx virtual ports available. And these many virtual ports can't protect your system safe or can't make your system safe as you feel. Then internet technology makes it relatively easy to misdirect attribution to other parties. A very simple and best example for this: if you are carrying two various SIM cards, there is a provision from one SIM card. If you are using one and you are very rarely using second one, you can divert the call. You just divert call from this number to that number, and without understanding, your next number get receiving the call which are not for that particular one. By this way, your communication with server get diverted, misdirect by using some misdirect attribution. They are misdirected and used by the other parties. Then computer network defense techniques, tactics or practices are very, we can say, less when we thought or think about the critical operations. The best example I can say or quote here, the war which is going on with Russia and Ukraine. You can see the last 2 days before they have started hacking individual official websites and servers, and finally Ukraine and Russia both have faced the same kind of threats and even hacks with their official websites, with their official information. So in critical operations or missions like this, our techniques and tactics are not working. This is one big challenge for every country. And the attacks which are going to perform in today's age are more advanced as compared to the defensive techniques which we do have with us. So we should upgrade ourselves as far as defensive technique concerned. One should be in a position to predict which kind of threats are there other than the basic 4 threats. There are many. So these are by and large many challenges, security challenges which are there for cyber security. And when we say vulnerability in this digital space, then for last year only we can see the number of submitted cases, filed cases overall in India. State-wise statistic is given, an increase in 12% registered cases, and that too only because of digital vulnerability. It means when we say vulnerability digital space or digital vulnerability, it means that is related to your computer, that is related to your software or your hardware or software, we can see. So we should go in a very protective manner. We should go in a very serious thought for how to protect my system, how to protect my device. We should think for that. So from where this has been come or up to us, how this was developed. So evaluation of cyber security says that 90s only viruses were there. Actually viruses were first, I think, introduced or developed in 70s, end of 70s or mid of 70s. But we have come up with antivirus program and firewalls to protect our system from various type of viruses. In 2000, worms were there which directly come to your computer through net connection. It do not require any file or anything with which worm can come. Worm can directly enter in your PC. If your PC is little bit less than that of the PC from where the worm is moving, it means by hardware or software your PC is not updated, then from other PC worm get directly insert to your PC, and the very bad part of worm is it directly affect or target your CPU. So once it affect on your CPU, it start working with your resources. This is very hard to detect and remove once it affect your system. So for which we have started with the intrusion detection and prevention techniques, through which we started removing the worms and protecting our system. But late 2000, a new concept was arrived in this cyber world, and that was botnet. This is a network of bot PCs. Bot means a PC which is operated by some remote location or remote person. This is a very general definition for bot is a zombie which is controlled by somebody else. A network of this bot is botnet. So currently in India we have more than 11 lakh bot PCs, and very specific, I'd like to just tell you important information on this bot, that Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, on their official website, they have some tools which are freely downloadable and available through which you can scan your PC, whether it is bot, it find out. If it is not bot, then it is an anti-bot software. So this will help you to remove if your PC is bot. So just visit Government of India's website, Ministry of Home Affairs. E-scan systems are available, downloadable anti-bot softwares are available. Go through it, download it, and just scan your PC with that, and definitely you will get the proper report of that, whether you are bot or not. This is very deadly attack, and which we never understand whether my PC is bot or not. And in advanced days, we are having advanced persistent attack or threat, in which hackers get entered in your communication line and change the code according to their requirement. They are working with source code or communication channel which is available between user 1 to user 2. We are having network flow analysis techniques for that, but it is not self-sufficient to stop this threat. So this is in general evolution of cybersecurity. We have started securing the cyberspace since 90s. Until date we are working on it, but we are not up to the mark. The reason is, for threat we can protect our system, but for attack we don't have any counter attack for that. We can't stop a runtime attack if we are not aware. If we are aware that attack is performing or someone is performing attack on my PC, runtime we can protect our PC, but it is very rare situation. So my dear friends, once attack is performed, then there is no backtrack for our system. The only option remain, either format your PC or just get recovery of your information if possible. So we should go for the cyber threats, preventive measures for that cyber threats. The timeline which is mentioned here for cybercrime is very less today. Within a second one can perform attack. Earlier it was required at least days to perform, and now we can see within an hour one can perform a cyber attack on some PCs and get whatever they want. There are methods and types of attacks which requires not more than a second to perform on our PC. This is in general anatomy of cyber attack. Anatomy means just a method, the process. The attacker used to set the objective first for the attack, then gather the data about the target or decide the target and gather their information, then go and find the vulnerability available with the PC, maybe with software or hardware. Up to this point we can protect our PC from various type of attack, but once we are compromised with this part, then no one can stop any attack on the PC if we are not aware the runtime attack. So once they find out the vulnerability, they just penetrate, or we can say take access of PC, then root control of PC, that we used to say admin, and accordingly execute the attack which is planned. So by this anatomy we can understand that up to the level 3 we can protect our PC or individual gadgets. Otherwise it is very difficult to protect, it is very difficult to sustain in such kind of attacks, and can't protect our information as far as the severity of attack concerned. And the essential preventive methods are, these are the 4 important issues with defense in depth, that is prediction, prevention, detection and response. Prediction means whatever system I am using, suppose I have Windows 98 with me, definitely my OS is not up to date, it is not updated version of OS, so it is vulnerable. So I can predict the attack may be performed, like worms may enter in my PC with the outdated OS, or some OS related attacks may perform on my PC. So we have to predict which kind of attack may perform on my PC by understanding what kind of software and hardware I am using. So prediction is the first method, where you should be proactive about understanding your system. Then prevention. To prevent your PC, you should come up with advanced tools, patchwork, updation of applications, updation in softwares, updation in hardware, checkup of your tools, whatever you do have with your PC. Then, in case after this, if you can find out some symptoms like your system is slow, cursor is moving automatically, or redundancy of files, some encrypted data, that time you just definitely detect with a virus, worm, or some kind of malware, that is malicious software which is there with your PC. That is a detection that identify the track and just try to recover your system by using backup system first and later on the exact recovery softwares. If these kind of activities you have gone through, then main important issue is response, and that is nothing but monitor key areas and activities for attacks. And after that also, if you feel you are not able to recovering or able to stop what is going with your PC, then it is the best time to just ask for response team, ask for expert in the cyber who can recover your PC or try to stop what is going as a part of cyber attack. So my dear friends, the cyber security is nothing but a securing this cyber world, but it should start from you and me. It should start from the individual. And this is a very vast and very challenging area, which is not very restricted to these 10-20 slides. This is a very huge domain, and expertise is really, we can say, essential or required part in today's age of cybersecurity. So the main concluding remark, which is we can say, I used to quote a statement at the end of my every talk, and for today's talk, the quote is: "Threat is a fear and crime is an attempt. You are linked to complete the connect." If you are sincere about the fear, then definitely nobody can attempt a crime. But if you get compromised, then you are the main connectivity who is completing the circuit of attempting a crime with the individual's PC. So with this, I would like to stop my presentation, but my of cyber security. This is not an end of this cyber security. I will stop. I'll take a comma for cyber security here, and we will definitely be in touch by my mail account or by Instagram account. We will update individual. If you feel you are not able to open up with any kind of discussion in common forum, you can just give me a mail or just put your comments on cyber, I think the Instagram. We will definitely in touch, and this is not the end of the session. We will continue and definitely will update ourselves and society with this cyber security. Thanks a lot. Thank you everyone.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you for your incredible session and such an intellectual, valuable knowledge. Now I request to audience, please ask some questions if you are having.
Ma'am, I just have forwarded one link in Kadam sir's WhatsApp.
Okay.
That is a feedback link.
Okay.
And I request please forward the same to all the participants who are available.
Okay.
That will be helpful to improvise and give maximum what is the expected by the participants.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank
We
you.
will share them.
Students, colleagues, if you have any question, please feel free to discuss. And if you don't feel free to discuss, then let me just know on my mail, no issues. But I think there are many issues with you. Many thoughts are there in your mind. Just open up.
I think nobody questioned from participant. No, not a single question. Because you are sharing very important things, and they will perform on them. Okay. Now I would like to request to Dr. Sonali Gaikwad, madam. to please share vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all. A very good afternoon to all. I, Dr. Sonali Gaikwad, it gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all dignitaries assembled here. On behalf of Shri Shivaji Science and Arts College Chikhli, Department of Computer Science, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contribute to this national level workshop on cyber security on the occasion of a National Science Day. I would like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates for their presence and contribution to make this national level workshop have a great success. I extend my gratitude to our honorable chief guest and resource person, Dr. Sagar S. Zamborkar, Assistant Professor from NDA Pune, to take out time from his busy schedule to grace the event. We are thankful to our Honorable President and Secretary for this motivation. I would like to thank our Principal Dr. Omraj Deshmukh for this enthusiastic support. Thanks a lot Dr. V.U. Pochi, IQSC Coordinator, to encourage us for organizing this event. A special thank to the organizing committee, Dr. A.B. Kadam, HOD and convener of this program, and Dr. M.E. Zadav, organizing secretary of this program. Thanks to our support system, Mr. Sachin Jawan and Mr. Sonone sir. I would like to thank to all teaching and non-teaching staff for their unflinching support and coordination. Our heartfelt thank to our student volunteers for active participation, and last but not least, our beloved audience for making this function as grand success. Once again, I thanks one and all. With these warm words and kind message, we move to end today's national level workshop on cyber security. Thank you. Dear all participants, we will share a feedback link with you for e-certificate. I ended this session. Thanks a lot. मॅडम ते ना कंट्रोल दोघांच्या ह्याच्यामध्ये होता ना,
पण मी चालू केला होता.
मग तो तुमच्या ह्याच्यातून बंद होत होता.
मी चालू केलं तर मीच दिसायची. तू दिसली जे, तू शेवटी दिसली ना आता.
मग तो तुमच्या ह्याच्यातून गेला कंट्रोल तेव्हा ते दोघांच्या एकाच ह्याच्यावर ओपन आहे ना आपलं, त्याच्यामुळं तर येते. जाऊ द्या
तू शेवटी दिसली एकदम एंड करताना.
जाऊ.